2016 Immersamodel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We in our company are trying to reimagine the reality. We are trying to change it, play with it, rebuild it, make fun of it, do with it whatever we want, in any way which we want it to be. Okay? So, I'm now here, standing in front of you, delivering a presentation, and I have a lot of comments from my position on the design of this place. I would like to change the light system to look differently. I would like to create a stage here, wider and higher, in order to see you better. I would like to change the decoration of the seats. But for now, it's impossible, because we are in the reality. And I'm sure that the designer, the architect who has designed this place, was not standing where I'm standing during the design phase, because he was sitting and looking at front of 2D screen. So now, so we are providing a software product that will be accessible for everyone and allowing him to reimagine the reality. So firstly, let me introduce myself. This is me. My name is Ahmed. This is my reality. This is how I look. My mother thinks differently. Yeah. This is her reality. This is how I look in her perspective. I'd like to say that her reality is better than my reality. Yeah? But my father didn't have our product to reshape me to look like Rashid. So what does it mean? What does it mean to reimagine the reality? Let me show you something. This is our end user. He is inside virtual place, virtual scenery, virtual world, built in 3D Max, Maya, Blender, SolidWorks, and so on. He's able to move things, to look around, to resize, to remove items, to do whatever he wants in this virtual environment. This is our lab in Egypt. Our product uses off-the-shelf products, a virtual reality headset, Oculus Rift, to visualize things, to Microsoft Kinect sensors to recognize the body language and the moving of the user movement within a specific area. In this technology, we have many market segments, because we simply putting you inside a 3D design, whatever this design, the sort of design is. So let's talk about the architecture field. So I can move things, I can change it, I can play with it, I can remove it, I can do whatever I want before the construction. It will be helpful for building houses, for the city planning, urban design, landscape design. And for medical imaging and surgical training, for sure I'm not gonna be changing the position of the heart, but I can take myself in a journey inside the human body and to understand it and to be familiar with biological system. For surgeons, it will be helpful because they are able to perform a complete operation without involving a patient inside it. And also for the students, they can learn freely without hurting anybody. For mechanical field, car design, engine design, aircraft, and so on, you can play with mechanical parts. You can understand how engine works, and put things together, play with them. For gamers, we are providing them a tool to build their game level fully and in an interactive way, so they can build their game and imagine it from the perspective of the player before the construction of the game. Each one of these is totally different vertical sector that our application will be appealed to. The total market size for just the architecture field, here I'm not discussing the medical, I'm not discussing the game and mechanical field, just architecture field is $200 billion. Just imagine if we developed plugins for all the software, 3D modeling software to be integrated with, so everyone is using this software, he can also use our software. So our competitive advantage? In the market, we have two types of related work. Firstly, the virtual reality cave for around $1 million per room, allowing its users to visualize things, to live the experience, but it's limited for the modification. And also, augmented reality tools that allow the users to add virtual elements to an existing design. So they can edit and add virtual elements to the reality, but they cannot change the reality because it's already built. So in our technology, we are merging the two techniques to virtualize our augmented reality, to give you a tool to reimagine your coming future before the construction. Let's talk about our pricing strategy. The cost of the hardware tools of the shelf products are $600. Our software is cloud-based subscription model. The freemium account is free for all users, for all individual users, but we put some limitation on the experience time to be 5 minutes and the file size to be 10 megabytes. The pro account costs for the individual user $49.95 per month and $4.95 per month for rooms where multi-user can interact with each other and brainstorm, discuss, interact in the same 3D design and make things happen. When we were in Microsoft Imagine competition, we were talking with Microsoft people to implement our software on using Microsoft Azure, and we are still in contact with them. This is our revenue model, a test of the market. For the first 5 years, we will reach $42 million, targeting to 25,000 users and 5,000 rooms. If you think of this number as a big number, I want you just to remember that just the users of Autodesk alone is about 120 million users. And if we just target 1% of these users, we will reach, at the end of the year, $1.5 billion as a net revenue. And this allows us to sell the company to a larger company which is involved in this field for 3 times this number to be $4.5 billion. And this will be our exit strategy. So this is our project, this is our dream, this is how we reimagine our future. And finally, let me introduce our team, the Immersamodel team. Amro, CEO, Mohamed Saad, COO, Mohamed Khaled, CMO, and Abdelrahman Reda ElSaid CFO, and it's me, Reimagine. Ahmed Ibrahim CTO. And our supervisors are Professor Dr. Mohamed Ismail, Dr. Nagaya Ghanem, Assistant Professor, and Dr. Ziad ElSaid, Architect, Lecturer of Architecture, Alexandria University. And now it gives me a pleasure to hear your questions. Thank you.
Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
In your costs that you outlined, can you kind of talk a little bit about your data transfer and data storage costs that you projected in there?
Yeah. For now, the cost is only the hardware cost, the tools we are using, virtual headset and Kinect sensors and so on. For now, we have developed an installable version of the software, and as a cloud, this is our next place, our next plane, the next phase.
Okay. And then if you could just talk briefly, on the previous slide, you had your team. Can you just kind of talk about what the background is of each of those people?
Okay, we are all a team of software engineers. We have studied computer science and systems engineering, but we are interested in studying business and financial to be able to run our business and marketing and so on.
Also, very good presentation. But there's several things I'm not sure about. One is, how far along are you on this development of this product here?
Yeah, we were working for a year. It's our graduation project, and during this year we have finished the first phase, first business case. It's architecture design. It's installable and it's available in our university for students to test. And we did alpha tests in two places, Alexandria University and in Microsoft Imagine Cup competition in Bahrain. And we had a lot of comments, and now we are working on developing these comments.
And is there any way that you have protecting it IP-wise, patent-wise, or anything like that?
Yeah, we have applied to in Egypt office to get a patent, and we are now in this process. It takes around 1 year to get it in Egypt, and then we can apply internationally.
Who else? I mean, you talked about competition, but you didn't really specify. Who do you see? Is there anybody else doing something similar?
Yeah, there is some trials here and there. When we in Bahrain, we met a team in another university is trying to do something like this. He is trying here and there, but there is not exist a product is cloud based and for the client user for $49.95 per month. There's not exist.
That's good.
Could you step me through a typical customer, and we'll go with the architect since you started with that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me their point of need, and then how they go about acquiring your product, how they use it, and so forth.
Okay. The architects are missing the sense of reality, the sense of existence with his human scale inside 3D design. So when we offered the demo for them to try, after that experiment, they were amazed about how many comments they discovered in this experience. And these comments they cannot emerge when are you sitting in front of this screen, but they have some comments on the hardware tools. They want us to be integrated with many types of sensors, many types of headsets, and so on to make the experience easier. As Microsoft Kinect and Oculus Rift, they want us to be scalable in terms of hardware tools.
So as the architect, do I come, I'm showing my ignorance here, do I come to a room, or where's the equipment? Are you bringing the Oculus Rift to me? Am I coming to you? I still don't have a sense of the pattern.
Yeah, for now, you can buy the Oculus Rift and Microsoft Kinect from the store. And for us, you can log in and just create an account, and our software will be accessible to you. Okay, and when we were talking with Microsoft people, we are negotiating to be reseller to the Microsoft Kinect to make it easy for our clients to get the hardware tools.
And then one last question along that line. Is the architectural firm going to be the subscriber, or is it each individual architect within a firm?
Both of them. Architecture firms can buy a room, so a lot of architects there can cooperate with each other, okay, a brainstorm. And for the individuals, for the hobby, for clients, I'm not talking about how many people are buying new houses every month, so they can try to live in the future house before the construction. We have in architecture field we have many market segments. Mm-hmm.
You're working inside a virtual model.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a means, or have you contemplated a means for scanning in a physical model to create a virtual model, and not starting from scratch?
Yeah. About starting it from scratch, I think it's a little. We have the ability to provide it, but it's a little difficult for the designer to start something from scratch with using his hands, because the 3D modeling process is a little complicated. 3ds Max, Maya are the programs.
I'm sorry, I'm assuming the architect already has his 3D model.
Yeah, exactly.
And so but I'm saying, can he come here, somehow scan this building in, and then produce his 3D model, and then work in that 3D model?
No, in our technology, we are not supporting an existing place, but we are not supporting. We are supporting to virtualize things virtually and then build it.
And can more than one person be inside the model?
Sorry?
Can more than one person be inside the model?
Yeah, this is the room supporting multi-users to be interacting with each other inside the same model.
So can you import like a SolidWorks model as your start?
Yeah, we are now integrated with 3ds Max and Maya. Our next step is to integrate with mechanical software products like SolidWorks and AutoCAD.
Good future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some questions from the audience here. It says Oculus Rift is still in beta, and according to its license agreement, you cannot sell any product with their technology. How are you going to deal with this?
Now we have used the development kit, and Oculus Rift has announced that it will release the final version of Oculus Rift at the end of the year. Yeah. So is it
Release when?
at the end of the Oculus Rift had announced it, yeah,
This year.
in this year, yeah. So it will be accessible, and in this time we are developing our system to be better and better. So once Oculus Rift is available, so we can you can let our release to be with you, accessible for all.
And another thing, anybody can order Oculus Rift, not just developers. Anyone can order it from their website. Yeah, but it's still a beta version. And they announce they will release the final version at the end of this year.
But I want to say something. We are here supporting software concept, not depending on the hardware tools. So if Oculus Rift have a problem with that, we will integrate with other HTC or Samsung Gear and any other virtual headset. We are proving the concept with Oculus Rift.
I see. How will this compete against Microsoft HoloLens? What makes you stand out?
Okay, Microsoft HoloLens, yeah, we are amazed. We saw the presentation or partnership with Maya, but Microsoft HoloLens did something different, a little different, because it's augmented reality. It allows us to change everything in the reality, but not virtually. So I'm here in this room, I can add here something, I can add there, and so I make the changes. But this needs the place to be already constructed. What we do, we give you a tool to reimagine this place before the construction, and you can spend a lot of time in it to be satisfied, and then you are able to build it easily and cut down costs.
You have mentioned lots of applications, but this person's opinion, those are what Oculus Rift has already provided. So what exactly do you do? Do you see any overlap, in other words, with what Oculus Rift is already going to provide?
I don't get that question.
Okay, the question is, you have mentioned lots of applications, but in my opinion, those are what the Oculus Rift has already provided. What exactly do you do? How do you differentiate from Oculus Rift?
We are using Oculus Rift to visualize things. It's a tool we are using. So we are not competing with Oculus Rift because we are using it. Is that clear or?
I think so. I'm not 100% familiar with it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Presentation.